Assalamu alaikum, dear brothers and sisters. To kick things off in a very interesting way, I have decided that this first episode be focused on scientific miracles from the Quran. Keep in mind that these were all discovered over 1400 years ago, with of course none of the technology that we have today. The first microscope and telescope were used in the 16th century, so this means that these discoveries were made approximately 1,000 years before these new inventions. The first miracle by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that I would like to talk about is the human embryo. Yes, this is mentioned in the Quran and it baffles me every single time I read about it. In chapter 23, verse numbers 12 to 14, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, ثم جعلناه نطفة في قرار مكين ثم خلقنا النطفة علقة فخلقنا العلقة مضغة فخلقنا المضغة عظاما فكسونا العظام لحما ثم أنشأناه خلقا آخر فتبارك الله أحسن الخالقين. We created man from an extract of clay. Then we made him as a drop in a place of settlement firmly fixed. Then we made this drop into an alaqa, and then we made the alaqa into a mudgha. Firstly, let's focus on the word alaqa, used here by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Literally, alaqa has three meanings in Arabic. The first one is a leech. The second one is a suspended thing. And thirdly, it refers to a blood clot. So these are very different things: a leech, suspended thing, and a blood clot. And yet, they all make sense here in the context. Let's look at why. For the meaning of leech, if we look at a diagram of the leech and then the human embryo, there is a striking visible similarity between the two, as you can see. Now, a lot of us know what is the primary feature of a leech. It sucks blood, right? Now, the human embryo at a certain stage in the womb also does the very same thing by extracting nutrition from the mother's blood. The second meaning was suspended thing. Now let's analyze this. The embryo is also suspended, or it hangs in the air attached to the mother's womb. It is not sitting on a surface. So, this confirms it is a suspended thing and confirms the second meaning. The third meaning of alaqa is blood clot, and it comes from the fact that there is a lot of blood inside the embryo during the early stages. And it is only after the third week that the blood starts circulating in the body of the embryo. So during this part of the development process, the blood is not flowing and is like a blood clot stuck in one place. So this briefly confirms the definition of alaqa in three different ways. Firstly was a leech, next is suspended thing, and the last one was a blood clot. Next, in the ayah, the word mudgha is mentioned. Now, this word means chewed substance in Arabic. So, why is this used? If you were to chew a piece of gum, that's what the human embryo looks like in the womb. Why is that? This is due to what is called the somites at the back of the embryo. As you can see, they resemble teeth marks on a chewed substance, just like a piece of gum. It was only until the 20th century that we came to know about the human embryo, despite the fact that 4 centuries prior, Anton van Leeuwenhoek was looking through a microscope at the first ever cells. So, how can one explain such a detailed description of the embryo so early on in human life? The answer must be that it was a miracle of the divine.